Good morning and welcome in. Matt is sick this morning, so we're out. He's a little under the weather, so we're flying solo this morning. But I think between you guys and me, we can handle it. So anyway, hey, look, we're off to a good start this morning. James, absolutely. Let's have a day, brother. I love it. So let's kind of recap last week. Last week, absolutely crushed. Went 7-3 with notebook, 2-0 in early games. So went 9-3 on Sunday last week. Absolutely in a zone on NFL. I had one bad Sunday out of the entire NFL year, and that was 2 weeks ago. So we've got that corrected, and now we're rolling again. So looks like this game this morning, it's kind of going pretty much the way I thought. Dolphins got a little work to do. Waddle's got a work to do to catch his player props and get an anytime touchdown. I expect that to happen in the second half. I think that right now, I don't know what the total is right now in the second half, but I would take that because typically I would go over that in that total. So think about that and what you're looking at. I'll look at that as soon as we get off here and do this. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get to it. My two best bets. Appreciate the words, Grant. My two best bets today. First place I'm going to Minnesota, where Chicago is playing Minnesota today. Look, I think it's going to be a really good game, but I also think that two teams are going to struggle to score some points. I think JJ's highly inaccurate. He's good for about one quarter, and that's about it, kind of on script, typically the first quarter. Caleb last week only had 10 points against the Giants defense. The Giants aren't very good. And probably that's where it would have stayed. But when Jackson Dart went out last week because of concussion, they lost the heart and soul of that team. And you could kind of see the team, just the air went out of them. And then Caleb went to work and they scored. But that was really the Giants game for the taking. I only had 10 points going in the fourth quarter. So for me, with those two scenarios, plus the Vikings defense, which I think will dictate, Chicago's defense has stepped up and been a lot better too. My first best bet is I'm going to go under 48 as my first best bet. My second best bet is going to be in the afternoon games, and we're going to Arizona, where San Francisco's coming to visit. Look, Arizona is just completely beat up right now, and San Francisco is surprisingly getting healthier. We got Ricky Pearsall supposed to play today. Brock Purdy's going to start. Don't get it twisted. Brock Purdy is better than Mac Jones and will be a step up for them. So in that case, I'm going to take San Francisco. That line is 3. It's 3.5. It's 3.5 right now. So I'm going to take San Francisco. The line ticking up even makes me like it more because it means the big money's coming in on San Francisco. So I'm going to take it. Unlike college, where you guys were panicked last night, you're like, why is the Georgia line going down? Why is money coming in on Texas? I'm like, because it's college. And you know how many billionaires are funding the School of Texas? That's driving that money down. So a lot of times the line in college, depending on the game, can be very misleading, especially when it comes to Texas, Notre Dame, those high-profile teams. Money just comes in. They're like, oh, Texas got to win this game to make playoffs. Doesn't always happen. And so that's the deal. Those guys get liquored up, spend a little bit too much money, and the big money is necessarily not smart money when it comes to college. When it comes to NFL, that's all business. Big money is smart money there. So anyway, those are my two best bets. Chicago, Minnesota under 48. San Francisco minus 3.5. Obviously, bonus pick in the notebook, crushing the NFL. So if you want more action, which I hope you do, if you won yesterday, throw me a tip and buy the notebook for 1 week. I appreciate that. And my bonus pick today, I love as well. So, guys, hey, thanks for joining this morning. Let's get to it. First on the line, let's see. Thoughts on Green Bay -7, Giants, a starting backup. That's a turnover machine. Giants starting a backup. That is a turnover machine. Yeah, Jameis Winston. Look, totally agree, James. I mean, that's an interesting story, But if you look at it, Green Bay is 7 on the road, which means they'd be 10 on neutral, and they'd be 13 at home against the Giants. Do the Packers really need to be 13-point favorites versus anybody right now? I don't know, man. I can't take that. And we're also getting two things kind of coinciding for the Giants. What's also going well for them right now is that, Dayball's gone, and Dayball, it sucks because Dayball was the best coach on the staff, but I understand why. He was under pressure, and who knew his odd man out? For some reason, Mara is attached to his hip with Joe Shane, and I can't figure that one out. But, Mara's got cancer now, so he wanted some stability. I can understand a little bit of that. But Dayball, again, the best person on staff, and so he's pressing. You remember when Jackson Dart got hurt, and Giants ended up getting fined because Dayball went in the blue tent, wasn't supposed to. So it's Scatterboo, the whole thing was a bad look. Wasn't supposed to. That's a guy who's under pressure, and that pressure feeds down to the team. So you're going to see the team respond to that. Kafka's taking over for him, is very well liked, former NFL quarterback. Everybody likes him. He's smart, easy to be around, no pressure on him. You're going to see the Giants step up in class. You'll see them step up today, and they'll play like a team that plays for the substitute teacher, right? Everybody's fun. Substitute teacher's a lot of fun. That's what's going to happen today. And you get Jameis on top of that, and Jameis always has one good game, and this could be it, before he kind of flames out and is the turnover machine. So, James, really good question, but quite candidly, I'd lean toward the Giants. It's not in my book today. I definitely wouldn't take the Packers. The Packers have got to prove to me that, or at least LaFleur's got to prove to me that he's going to turn Love loose and let him throw downfield instead of trying to run the ball, which they can't do. Their offensive line is just weak. They got a guard in off season is not producing, and they're just not very good there. So it's a struggle right now. And you never know. Is LaFleur not being aggressive because he really doesn't trust Jordan Love? Or is it just what he likes to do is run the ball, which has been kind of the narrative around him right now. So for me, it's a stay away game. I would, if I played anything, I'd play the Giants +7, but that's a big ask. So anyway, hey, great question. I looked at that a lot, thought about it, but it just wasn't going to be there. Live total right now is 35.5. I'm probably, honestly, I probably look at that and I probably do that just because, you're like, oh, they only scored. I missed the last part of it. I think I think Washington got a field goal there at the end. So if they did, yeah, they did. I saw that. And so it's 12 points, so 35. So we're looking at 24 points. They're going to get that done the second half. So go over the live total in the second half. For you guys listening, I'll be doing that. I won't put that on X, but just know that I'll be playing that personally. So I'll do it. Desiree, how are you doing this morning? Hey, thanks for the question. Always good to hear from you. Thoughts on the over on the Arizona game? Let's see. That total on that game is, let me look at it real quick. which in theory sounds like a good one, but let me just check my notes real quick on this one. Let's see. So San Francisco, Arizona. So we've got a total of like it's 48 and a half. I would do that. Only thing concerns me is that San Francisco's weakness is really is stopping the run. And I don't know. And plus, a lot of playmakers are out for Arizona. So San Francisco is going to carry a heavy load with that, which I think they can. And I think Brock Purdy is going to, be out there. You got Pearsall back. I think they're going to be able to, but you're going to be counting on San Francisco to carry a heavy load on that, just because I'm not sure that Arizona, with all their playmakers out, are going to do that good. So, and just remember, kind of as a backup, in which Jacoby is, he's great. Backups are good for about 3 games. And then all of a sudden you kind of start to see the inconsistency like you did last week. And I'm kind of concerned that you may have seen the shelf life on Jacoby as well. So that's my concern on that one. It'd be a stay away from me for that reason. And so that's why, if you want to take that, then I would tease it down. I would use it as a part of a teaser if you liked it that much. And I think that's probably the way to do it. I think you could probably tease it up or down and probably find somewhere in the middle and get it. So I like that. But good question as always. Good to hear from you. Thoughts on Lions Eagles? Hey Grant, how you doing, buddy? I like that game, and that game I will post that one on X tonight. So it's a good tease. I appreciate it. And I will absolutely save it, but you'll see it posted on X tonight. Really excited about it. All right. Thanks, Grant. Appreciate the question. Always good to see you. All right. Let's see. We go with let's see. I don't know. I don't know what's your name. It's 8D McPig or something like that. MacPig. Anyway, regardless, Broncos upset Chiefs today. Interesting question. I think they could. I didn't play that one just because I think they could. However, what concerned me, I actually kind of thought about playing it, and then I saw that line tick up this morning, and it's Chiefs now by 4.5, which means the money's coming on the Chiefs. And you start thinking about that, and you go, okay, well, I can kind of understand that. I mean, I know Chiefs are kind of a public team and everything, but again, NFL money is typically smart money, and you move lines this late in the week when there's already a ton of money already placed on this. It must be some really, really big money. And I wouldn't be surprised. Look, Bo Nix has just played like absolute crap. He is not the same guy. Won't be surprised at all to see Sean Payton actually draft another quarterback, which is a whole nother conversation this year, because he's not going to put up with this, especially some of the older coaches that just don't have time or patience on their side. So I just don't know what's going on with Bo Nix. His footwork is terrible. He's like, even when he's not under pressure, he's moving his feet all the time instead of just steady back there. And it's like he plays better in the fourth quarter when he's behind, when he doesn't have to think, and he just is just slinging it. He's so much better. But you can certainly see that. The defense is going to have to carry the load at some point. The defense is going to crack. Mahomes, the thing that's going in your favor is that Mahomes is a totally different quarterback when he's under pressure. And Denver they do two things well, right? They sack the quarterback most in the NFL, and they give up the least sacks as far as offense. So those things are going in your favor, but it's a stay away from me just because I just don't trust Bo Nix, and doing that. But it is a divisional showdown. If anything, I'd play the points, but what scared me off is the line went up this morning, ticked up a half point. But good question. Thank you. Insights on the Bucs and Bills. Look, another game I didn't play, but the line went up a full point. It was -5, went up to -6 today. That's telling you the money's coming in on Buffalo. The Buccaneers are just really, they are in bad shape. They're just beat up right now. It's a big ask. It's going to be, you're talking about a Florida team going north in the cold and the snow. The Bucs don't defend the run very well. I think that James Cook's going to have a big day. I'd probably play. I don't know what his over total is, but I'd probably look at that. But I know after the way the Bills have been playing, it's hard to take them, but I would take the Bills. I think the Bills are the play that way, even though the line is so high on that. So that's where I'd lean in that way. All right. What else? Guys, I think that may be it right now. But look, the game's coming back on anyway. So, hey, thanks for joining in. Just a reminder, 2 best bets today: Chicago, Minnesota under 48, and San Francisco -3.5. Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you want more picks, go to the notebook. Always, guys, appreciate your support. Always, thanks for tuning in. Guys, let's have a day. And as always, guys, let's roll.